Hi, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Whitney, and we're the Ghost Sisters.
The Ghost Sisters.
Alrighty. Well, I don't think we have things to talk about.
Nope, we don't ever have business.
Yeah, we do this every time though.
We do.
Every time we're like, what do we need to talk about? There's nothing.
Right.
Ever.
Yep.
So, today is my episode.
Okay.
And I know we've been doing dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up from a nap where there was a dream and everything.
Okay.
And I was like, we're going to talk about the squonk.
Okay. The what?
What? So we're going to talk about cryptid, the squonk. And the whole way that I found out about the squonk, let me find him real fast because I saved him. I was on Etsy and I found a figurine of a squonk. And I was like, oh my God, he's adorable.
Oh, Jesus.
He's the most disgusting, ugly, adorable thing ever. And it's $136. Oh, it's actually on sale right now.
Oh.
Oh.
What a steal.
I'll show you him after we go through everything because it kind of ruins stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, all right. So the squonk, aka the scientific name is Lacrimacorpus dissolvens.
Oh my, okay.
Which is Latin for tear, body, and dissolve, or tearful body that dissolves.
Oh my God, that's I'm intrigued. What are we going to talk about?
I'm intrigued. All right, so the squonk is said to be the ugliest cryptid ever.
Fair. It sounds like it.
And it lives in the hemlock forests in northern Pennsylvania, which a hemlock is a type of evergreen tree. And it is also the national tree of Pennsylvania.
Oh, who would have guessed?
I know.
Yeah.
So he lives up in the hemlock forest, and he first made. I say he. I don't know. No one definitively is like it's a dude.
Did you assume his gender?
I just he's so cute. It seems like a he. It's just like oh my gosh. So he makes his first appearance kind of in the early 1900s, whenever Pennsylvania's becoming bigger as far as the lumber industry,
Yeah.
Timbering. I was trying to say lumbering, and that's not a thing. So
you lumbered on lumber.
I lumbered hard. So timber and hunting industry, whenever that became bigger. So as far as American literature, William Thomas Cox's book, The Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods, was written in 1910, and that's where he's first brought up.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. And then he was next mentioned in 1939 in Henry D. Tryon's book, Fearsome Critters. And that's actually where Tryon actually hypothesized that the squonk used to live in the high plains area and started to migrate towards swampy countryside thing. But it's believed that due to the logging industry, he's moved. I don't know why he moved to more lumbering areas.
Yeah.
But now he resides in Pennsylvania. So, yeah. So, like I said, he's said to be the ugliest critter.
Poor guy. He's beautiful to somebody.
I think he's adorable in this Etsy listing. So he's adorable. But the squonk is said to be a creature that walks on all fours and has ill-fitting skin.
Oh.
It's really loose and it's just kind of hanging and everything. And it's covered in warts and moles and skin tags and
Okay. I'm getting the ugliest. Yeah.
That's according to Cox's original description in 1910. In 1939, Tryon he also says he's ugly as shit. direct quote.
Direct.
But then also says that he has webbed toes only on his left side.
What the fuck?
Oh, and I've seen pictures of him, sorry, with or without a tail. So, you know, but like a nub. It's not. And he's like, there's no fur. Like, if he has hair, it's like, you know, old man, like bald fur, like kind of hair and stuff. Like, he's just the ugliest thing, and it's adorable. Yeah, so there in 2015 there was a retelling of Tryon's book by Hal Johnson, and Hal Johnson went on to describe it as a type of pig-like creature, still with all the warts, but has like cauliflower ears. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen like the cauliflower ears? Yeah, so he's got cauliflower ears that are like covered in kind of like wax and like hair, and he's got like yellow crooked tusks. Ugh. So like he needs like tusk braces or something. Like he's struggling.
I can see this horrific being going into an orthodontist, like, fix it. And he's like, that's the least of your worries.
Got my work cut out for me, man. So yeah, the general description that we have throughout, you know, those 3 books, and just I did come across a story of someone saying that they actually saw one, but I'm kind of like, I feel like I believe Bigfoot more than I do the Squonk.
Sure.
Still adorable as shit.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, so the description that we have is it's like a pig-like creature that is not as plump as a pig and has longer legs, and then the back legs are longer than the front legs.
No. Some kind of mutated horse.
Yeah, and they're you know, they're little skinny legs, and he has a sad face.
Well, I would too.
Someone described it. They were like, so take like Grumpy Cat and put his face on there, but instead of grumpy, make it like twice as sad. No, I was like, okay, so it's not Grumpy Cat whatsoever. But right. Okay. Yeah, so and then he's got the ill-fitting loose skin that's wart and mole covered, and you know, just the web feet on one side, the left side.
Why the left?
I don't know. I don't know. So this is ugly Mamma Jamma. He's apparently really good at hiding.
Oh.
I never found anything that said like where he hides, or like if he like hides in caves.
That's how good he is.
Hides. But he is a very slow moving creature, and he really only likes to travel at like dusk or like during the night. And I saw like conflicting things.
Okay.
As far as like he likes to travel when it's like clear moonlight, like crisp clear. And then others where he doesn't really want that because he might accidentally glimpse himself in a pond and
poor baby
and just devastate himself.
So I have devastated myself.
So it's also said if he's not like out and about, he is just laying perfectly still in his den, crying over how ugly he is.
Poor baby.
And as a way to avoid accidentally catching a glimpse inside of some crystal clear water. So, needless to say, he is constantly crying.
Because are you sure you're not part Squonk?
I especially since my face broke out, I'm feeling it. I'm Whitney Squonk.
It was the crying.
Oh, I know. But if I start getting loose skin, then I'm gonna, maybe that'll be like my grandma name.
Squonk?
I'll be Squonk. It'll be like,
I'm really excited for that.
Like, oh, this is my papa and this is Squonk.
Great Aunt Cleo.
The kids like come back from like summer or something, and they're like, "What did you do over the summer?" And they're like, "Oh, I hung out with Squonk and Grandpa." And they're like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, Squonk made cake." And it's like, what the fuck?
It wasn't the activity I was questioning.
It was the name.
That's fantastic.
It's like when my mom told me that she was like, "Yeah, cork." for her aunt, and I was like, "How did you get cork out of Geneva?" But okay.
I'm
like, cool for you. So I guess I'll be Grandma Squonk.
There you go.
And I think that's a little more calm.
Yeah.
Squonk for short. I also like it because you can't just say squonk.
It's gotta
like,
be Squonk.
Squonk. Hanging out with Squonk this summer. Anyways, okay, so yes, he is constantly crying, and you can hear him weeping out in the forest from whatever den. Stop laughing. From whatever den that he is hiding in. And if you are hunting him, you can follow his trail of stain-soaked tears. Okay. In the ground.
I thought for sure you were gonna be like, you can follow his horrid stench.
I didn't see anything about him stinking.
That's good. At least he's got something going.
Yeah, like poor dude. poor dude. Yeah, so like he just leaves a trail of tears throughout the trees, and
this is the most hilariously depressing.
It's really sad. Done. Just wait, because that's not his only thing. Aww. So according to Fearsome Critters from 1939, he's able to swim, but remember, it's only the left side that's wet.
He goes slightly faster on his left side, so he swims in circles.
He swims in slow circles. So if you do find him, he's just swimming in circles.
Poor Squonk.
Crying and swimming in circles.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So he is very difficult to catch. Even though he's super slow moving, and you're about to cry. I can see it. Okay. Yeah, so he's very difficult to catch. The problem is whenever he feels cornered or like there's no escape, his body dissolves into tears.
That's unique. What I got, the image I got was The Secret World of Alex Mack when she turns into that silver stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not it, but yes.
I like that we not only were you like, you're wrong, but yes, we also aged ourselves there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people listening to this either going, yeah, I remember that, or going, the fuck?
I literally, like, while you were setting up, I saw a thing on Instagram, and it's like the dude with like the really pretty curly hair, and it's like me, and then me from 10 minutes from now, and it's like the Austin Powers, and he's like, you're a sexy bitch. We're sexy bitches. And the first comment was like, I don't know what this is from. And I was like, excuse me?
Oh my god.
Just like whenever I went out, Will and I went out, we went to this brewery, and the dude who came up to do something, like, I forget even how we got onto it, and I was like, yeah, like, oh, because the beer that I ordered was, well, I didn't vote for him, and so then I started quoting Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And the dude was like, what? And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? And he was like, I don't know what you're referring to. Like, I thought this just had to do with the election. And I was like, I mean, it maybe does. I don't know why they named it, but like, I'm quoting a movie.
Right.
Like a highly quotable movie. And he was like, yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. And I was like, John Cleese? And he was like, I don't know who that is. And I was like, Nearly Headless Nick? And he was like, yeah, I didn't watch Harry Potter. And I was like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I mean, which then Will was like, which one is that? Who's John Cleese? And I was like, God damn it, Will.
He at least knows it's one of them.
He does, and Will did admit, he was like, I'm very bad with names and like movies and stuff. And like, even I can show him a picture and be like, who is this? And he's like, someone famous. And I'm like, really? Like, it's Bruce Willis, man. And he's like, I don't know. Okay. And yeah.
I could tell you possibly what he's in.
Yeah. He's like, I know he's famous. I'm like, okay. But anyways, moving on. So I don't even know. Oh, we were talking about Alice Mack and how he just like disappears. Okay. Yes. So there was one attempt that was described in the 1939 Fearsome Creatures. So a hunter, J.P. Wentling, was hunting the creature near Mount Alto in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And in order to capture him, Wentling dressed up as the creature.
Oh.
So to lure him in. So he coaxed in the Squonk into a bag that he had. And so he gets him in this sack throws him over his shoulder, and as he's walking away, the crying stops. And the bag is just light. And he looks into the bag, and the squonk is gone, and there's just a puddle. And so the squonk just...
Squonk was like, fuck this. I may be ugly, but I don't have to take this.
The elusive squonk. Squonk! So, another one that I came across was Paul Bunyan.
Oh!
Had a similar experience. And is told in Paul Bunyan and His Great Blue Ox, I believe. I left out blue. It's either His Great Ox or His Great Blue Ox. Okay. Either way. It was written in 1926. So Bunyan and his men eventually heard cries out while they were, out chopping the wood. And yeah, I want to sing hi-ho, and I know that's wrong. But so they hear cries of some creature, and so he mimics the sound. And the creature seems to come closer. And so Bunyan then decides, well, let's get the bitch. And so he scoops it up into a bag, and all that was left by the squonk's defense mechanism is, quote, some salt water and bubbles. That's all that was left of the squonk.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
The last thing that I
enjoy the thought of Paul Bunyan, this thing's crying and he's like, I'm gonna mimic it.
Especially because it wasn't Paul Bunyan
he was
a giant?
Yeah, he was supposedly 7 feet tall or something like that, and boom,
7 feet tall, we're now saying is giant status. I just feel like I've met so many people that are 6 foot something.
Yeah.
That I'm 7 foot tall is
back
really
then,
not that crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing as back then 5 foot was gigantum.
Let me see.
Gigantum. Taylor is gonna do some...
I have the internet.
Quick Googles.
7 feet tall, hey!
Hey, look at you!
Look at me!
Wasn't there a song?
I think so.
I feel like there's a song. Anyways.
But yeah.
So yeah, if you guys are close to 7 foot tall, way to go, you are
giant status.
Paul Bunyan.
Yes.
Paul Bunyan. Alright, so the very last thing that I really kind of found out, this is that, it's gonna be a short episode, sorry y'all. But it's possible that the squonk can reproduce, quote unquote.
When does it find the time?
It just splits itself into 2.
Oh, so it's asexual reproduction. It's budding, basically.
Yeah, it just kind of just which makes the Alex Mack theory even more.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because she, I feel like, didn't she?
She used to be able to split herself.
Yeah,
yeah. That's crazy.
What a good show. Anyways, yeah. So,
what a good show.
What a good show. So, the squonk is not left out in pop culture.
Okay.
So, Steely Dan has a song that actually references the squonk. And the lyrics are, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. The song is called Any Major Dude Will Tell You.
Okay.
That's always okay. Because I have a song that I've heard that it's called Hey Dudes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not this.
Oh,
I was
okay.
Squonk isn't mentioned. Well, it's not Steely Dan, so.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
Anyways, so the lyrics are, have you ever seen a squonk's tears? Well, look at mine. People on the street have all seen better times.
Is he calling himself a squonk?
I don't know. I was like, am I not deep enough to figure this out?
Maybe he's calling us all the squonk.
I don't know.
Maybe the squonk resides in all of us.
I think all of us feel squonky sometimes.
I feel squonky lots of times.
Lots of times. So another band, Genesis, actually has a song that is completely based off of the squonk.
Nice.
And it's called Squonk.
Who would have guessed?
Aptly named. So then, now to bring it back to science kind of shit, there's actually, they have something called chemical squonks. And it's whenever you have chemicals that you've mixed together and they're stable, but then eventually I guess they become so unstable that they just dissipate.
Oh, okay.
Or not dissipate, but basically kind of the same thing as the squonk does is he's nope, and he just turns into liquid and just is gone.
Yeah.
And so that's called a chemical squonk. They had actual chemicals and stuff that like mix together and they like actually do the squonky thing. And I was like, I don't know that shit. So
They
like
do the squonky thing.
I think squonky is gonna be like a new thing for me.
That's
and I'm
perfect.
gonna be
I
like,
love it.
wow, you are just squonking, aren't you? And
Like-
they're like, wow,
Calling somebody a bunyip.
yeah, oh, we're making things happen.
Yes.
Everyone start using these in daily life because like shit.
And remember to tell him the ghost sister sent you.
Yay. So yeah. Yay. So just like Mothman, he gets his own festival.
Yay!
So it's not as exciting as Mothman's.
Mhm.
Like there's not a giant statue of
Sure,
this
it's very depressing considering
squonk.
the squonk
Okay.
just cries.
There, so like before I get to it is held in Johnston, Pennsylvania, in August. So,
Okay.
I believe this year it is August 10th, 2024. So, if you want to go squonk it up,
Yeah.
head on out there. So, their quotes from their website are "Turn those frowns upside down." That's part of why they're having the festival. Don't make that face. And then the other one is spreading love of the squonk might cheer them up.
Aw.
So just letting
It's like a
letting them
charity
know-
event.
Yeah, letting the squonks know that like we're here for you.
We're throwing
man.
them a benefit.
Yeah, they're throwing the squonks a benefit. I don't think they get any of the money, but yeah, and I saw that there is a person just like with the Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
There is a person dressed up as a squonk and I'm sure they were like, wow, that looks amazing. And I'm like, oh my god, it's garbage. But like the squonk is kind of garbagey.
Yeah.
So yeah, but here, let me show you the Etsy listing that I found and was like, oh my god, I kind of want it.
Oh my god, he's adorable.
See, he's like so ugly that he's adorable, and it's just like I want him so bad. But again, like
it's expensive.
it's like 136
Yeah.
right now. But yeah, I can give you this listing, and you can put it out on Instagram or wherever.
That's awesome.
Or whatever, because like he's ugly and adorable all at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Very good.
So yeah, that is the squonk.
I loved it. That was fantastic.
Well, great. And if you guys are ever feeling squonky, remember that we love you.
Yes.
And I guess you can like go celebrate yourself. Oh, and it's called Squonkapalooza.
Oh, fantastic. Even better.
So go celebrate yourself and the squonk at Squonkapalooza in Pennsylvania. So
yeah.
And then you could probably hop on over to West Virginia.
And do Mothman. Why not?
Do Mothman.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think at this point I'm going to just start decorating my room with cryptids.
Yeah,
because I got my little Mothman, and I'm sure I can find a squonk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really going to buy the squonk.
Yeah,
so dumb. But I also kind of wish it was like I'm sure it's like a little, a tiny figurine, and I kind of wish it was like the size of a chair.
Good God.
So, like, oh, it can be like one of those butler ones, you know, like, and you can put like a tray on it, and you'd be like, "Can the squonk take your coat?" Like, would you like a drink from the squonk?
The squonk.
The squonk welcomes you to our abode. Yeah, so.
Well, I loved it. That was fantastic.
Well, I loved it. Well, wonderful. And we'll get back to dreams
eventually.
Time. Yeah. I just was like, you know what? No.
Time to do something different.
Time to do something different.
Yeah, I get you.
So yeah, so if you guys have ever seen a squonk, again, I saw that story that was like, well, I saw a squonk. It was out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you not just delusional in the forest by yourself?
By yourself.
Just saying.
Freaked out because you're in the forest by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, we hope you enjoyed it. We hope you keep listening.
And we will spook you bitches later.
Spook you later, bitches. Bye.
Bye.